How to handle a data breach under GDPR. My name is Nadernejad. I'm the director of Nadernejad Media Incorporated. And for almost 10 years, we've been helping clients around the world fix, manage, and restore their online presence to create an online presence more like them. There have been several famous large data breaches over the past several years. Home Depot is one that comes to mind, Equifax. They're very costly, not just to the organization and in the fines you can receive from regulatory authorities. They're also costly to your reputation, which is why I want to provide a multifaceted approach in how to protect against this and how to actually manage it when it happens, because it seems like all the videos on YouTube at the moment don't talk about how to actually address this when it occurs and prevent the fallout from happening. So hopefully you already have a framework within your organization if you need to be GDPR compliant in order to prevent this from happening. So preventative measures and what to do the moment it happens. You have 72 hours to report a data breach after it happens under GDPR. Specifically, you have to report the data breach to the supervisory authority without undue delay within 72 hours of learning it, unless it's unlikely to result in a risk to the rights and freedoms of natural persons, and include the likely consequences of the breach and measures to mitigate possible adverse effects. And you need to act fast. The quicker you do it, the better it's going to be. That means having the correct cybersecurity logs, auditing, following the principles of the CIA triad from the outset. It's a framework that dictates we protect the confidentiality, integrity, and availability of all organizational assets. That means only giving correct departments access to the correct files. That means within your network, if we're looking at cybersecurity networking, having a firewall. Within networking, you have the militarized zone, and then you have restricted access zones where only perhaps your executives or the staff that needs to be within those zones in the network have access to them. That should be built from the very beginning. Other things to look for are phishing emails. Making sure your team isn't clicking on phishing emails. They know what they look like and running those trainings. Reporting any lost devices the moment it happens. Double checking who you're sending emails to. Act quickly the moment it happens. Report the GDPR breach to the regulatory authorities, not after several meetings, as soon as possible, because you can log that. Don't copy files onto unauthorized devices. Have some sort of network monitoring so you can see what your staff is doing if you're in a large organization. Let's say you did all this. It happened, you reported it to GDPR. Where I can help you is not on the legal front. You would need to get a lawyer, but I can help you on the reputation aspect. The fallout from this can be pretty great, depending on the size of your organization. And if you need an online reputation management strategy, we're happy to help you, and we act very quickly. The first thing you want to do, while the compliance things are getting taken care of and the fallout is emerging, what I recommend you do is create 5 long-form articles of 1,000 to 3,000 words about your organization and your commitment to specifically corporate social responsibility, security, and integrity. Within those articles, write long-form journalistic style articles, or perhaps articles authored from your company. So you can either commission these articles so they appear as news style stories and send them off to publishers so they index in the web with positive content. Or you can write it from the company's perspective and publish them on your own channels. I recommend a combination. What this is going to do is when negative news appears, let's think about where it goes. It goes in the Google News carousel. It's all over the media. Having media ready to go to new platforms within a couple of days after you run your typical crisis response life cycle is going to help you immensely. It's going to wash the negative articles out of the news carousel. It's going to index new content. It's going to boost sentiment on social media with new commitments. And one really interesting strategy is creating a product or a newsworthy development in your organization that is big, futuristic, huge, and just not releasing it, saving it for an emergency situation. Maybe you're going to release an open source software, maybe you're going to do something for equity and diversity, something that's going to break the news. Think of something really big, work on this for a year, save it only for a moment of a crisis. That way, you can have this positive item penetrate the news cycle and suppress negative content. Take these into account. If you have any questions, give me a call or book a call using the description down below. Thanks for watching. My name's Nader, and take care.